Why, hello there, everybody, and welcome home to Misscliks D&D. How are you guys doing today?
Great, how are you?
I am so fantastic. I've been playing Attila Total War as much as I can, like non-stop. I've been thoroughly addicted to it, and I think after this stream, if I don't hear back about my noon game tomorrow, I'm just going to marathon Attila Total War after this through tomorrow evening.
Wait, without sleeping?
Yeah.
What?
Have you not heard what Neil does in his free time for fun?
No?
Free time for fun.
You should tell her, Neil.
Marathon games?
Yeah, I do a lot of marathon streams, like 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours,
Wow.
90 hours, 120 hours,
You've done
144.
120 hours straight.
144, actually.
Straight!
I was telling someone that yesterday, and they're like, no, he didn't finish the 120 hour. And I was like, no, he did, and he went past it. And they didn't believe me.
They're
So
wrong.
DJ Wheat, suck it. You're wrong.
DJ Wheat, you didn't believe me?
I know, right?
If it was some random I didn't know, I wouldn't care, but I'm a little hurt. DJ Wheat
I
doesn't
spoke
have any
for
faith.
you, man.
Thanks,
Don't
Anna.
worry, I got your back.
How do you possibly survive 144 hours, like, straight?
He prepares beforehand.
You prepare yourself physically and mentally. You set up a team to take care of food and dishes and water supplies, and you take frequent breaks, and you don't drink any caffeine until like day 4 or 5, if you can. But I'm just talking about playing Total War for the next like 15 hours, so it doesn't really.
Yeah, well, and
It's just a tiny little marathon.
Yeah, like 15 hours is nothing compared to 144.
Yeah, it's just an evening and an afternoon. So that's what I'm super psyched to do, is play more Attila. But what about the rest of you guys? V, what are you doing?
Well, this week, just streaming. I'm back to streaming, and unpacking my house still, and trying to get things in order, to get glass streams in order, and I'm also going to Canada on Friday. Yay!
What are you going to Canada for?
Just to visit in Montreal.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna see you. Confirmed.
I know! Yay!
Really? That's awesome. I'm so jealous. Everyone's been to Montreal but me.
Why don't you come, Anna? Come with me.
When are you leaving?
Friday. I'll be there next Sunday.
I could too, because this weekend is one that I'm not traveling, but I've been away from home like the last 4 weekends, so
For sure. You need that home time.
maybe.
That's Montreal.
I know.
It's a really good temperature right now. Like, it's the sweet spot of Montreal time.
We'll see.
It's so sweet that people forget that this is like a work week, and then we fuck up, which is my story of the day.
What happened?
Yesterday, I took the day off, and then like my coworkers were like, "Jen, we miss you. Let's go get some drinks." And I'm like, "Okay." So I show up at work at like 6:30. They're like, "Let's go get drinks." And then we go for drinks, and then we were like, "Monday pub crawl. That sounds lovely." So we did. I don't know why we did this, but we did 3 bars. It ended at like 12:30, like midnight and 30 minutes or something. And this morning was not a good morning for me. I had to come in late. And I felt so ashamed.
Sorry I took the day off and then went drinking with you guys and then had to come to work late.
Yeah, I was like not relaxed at all. I was super hungover. It was horrible.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I fucked up. But it's so beautiful outside. It's like you forget it's not work time. Anyway, I tried Uncharted 4 too.
How was that?
It's beautiful. It's
But is it fun?
bored. It's fun. I mean, I like PvP competitive games. So like that's a very, very different mood than what I go for. But it's beautiful. It's fun to watch. I think it's fun to play if you're like 2. Alone, I'm a little bit less entertained. Like, to be honest, I'd rather just watch this game than play it. Yeah. Drinking a glass of wine or something. But not today. I was like with other coworkers tonight at the bar, and I'll be like, "Just have a lemonade, please." And they're like, "Oh, with alcohol?" I'm like, "Nope, lemonade." Yeah, that's my story.
Oh, well, I'll be joining you guys in Canada Friday as well.
What?
Yeah, I'm going
In
to
Toronto.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a small place, so Toronto, you can come over from Montreal, I'm sure. I'm going to be going there for the Good Game Con, where I'll be casting Hearthstone tournaments.
Cool.
Cool.
Very nice.
Wow, going to Canada is the cool thing to do.
I know,
Yeah.
apparently.
Maybe
You're in the bandwagon.
Maybe you should do it.
I was just booking flights to Canada because it's a secret. My mom never goes online, so she won't know that I'm telling you. But I got a surprise trip to take my mom to Prince Edward Island in Canada.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's at the end of June, so apparently I'm late.
apparently so. Although I probably would totally go back to Canada in June because they have the Zelda Symphony concert there in June.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we had a crazy week last week. It was a week of death.
Yeah.
Many things died.
We should get a recap.
Who better to get a recap from than Trump?
Trump's innocence died last week.
So, last week, after finally rescuing Albert and having him rejoin the team, he basically killed me. So, thanks, Albert. No, actually, it was not Albert. It was mostly Maribel and Trellis.
Looking for someone to blame
Always.
because he went in melee range with a dragon as a bard.
Yeah, so we decided to go back to the temple after resting up, and we made some good progress. I tried to cast my powerful spells. Albert tried as well. They seem to have no effect whatsoever on the enemies. I don't know why. Apparently Neil has a thing against spellcasters. So, I did about as well as the character that I'm going to play today, a 1 HP character called Malcolm. Bruno heroically, at the urging of Trellis and Maribel, despite knowing that he wasn't the very best melee character, he had a weapon. He was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll help. I guess I'll go up and stab the bone dragon.
And such it was.
I
that
understand.
Bruno met his
like,
doom.
I have to admit that I often feel the same guilt when I play a spellcaster, and I'm like, oh, but everybody's attacking. Guess I'll just stand there and do nothing because there's nothing.
Why don't you get blamed as much as Bruno does? I don't understand. Is it because Bruno is more of a showsman? Well, we'll never find out because now he's dead.
Dead.
I don't know. I think I just learned to cope with the years of like people can like bully all they want. They know nothing will change.
Know that in the case that Bruno's ghost appears, he mainly blames Trellis.
All right. Well, some other things happened as well.
Can
There
we have
was.
Bruno's ghosts haunt us?
We'll see. There were some discussions, maybe, with lizardmen and some cannibalizing going on. Does anyone want to touch on that?
I can. I just have my mouth full because I'm trying to eat between my D&D shows.
That's fine. I can say it if you want to eat.
Okay, you do it.
All right.
Almost done with the burrito.
So we had dragon men that kept leaving a hanging body for us every night. And finally we got in touch with them. One night we waited for them, and Dark Albert was able to communicate and find out they were leaving them as offerings to us. Well, I guess to Dark Albert more so. Well, actually, no, Maribel, right? I don't know. I guess to all of us, technically.
No, it was Bruno! It was Bruno who figured it out and suggested that they also, we reciprocate with some beer, but, you guys dismissed him as always. Oh, that's a ridiculous idea, Bruno. You can't possibly know what you're talking about.
My
And
character.
anyways, Bruno was right yet again, like he usually is.
Bruno was right. Wait, I thought Bruno was dead.
Bruno, yeah. But yeah, they were leaving offerings to us as a group, so like we are their leaders. And now they think that since Maribel doesn't eat meat and she's a vegetarian, she's good to eat. Like they want to eat Maribel.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah. I told you that.
Oh.
They're like, oh, nice. One of them doesn't eat meat. It must be like easy prey. We should eat it.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't tell us that.
Oh no.
Maybe I didn't tell Maribel, but I mentioned it at some point.
I don't remember hearing about this.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think Dark Owls
I
are
thought-
keeping secrets.
I thought that they thought I was like a fearsome warrior.
Well, maybe Dark Albert didn't tell you, but Jen just did.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we leave off. Well, we pick up where we left off. You guys are in the temple. Malcolm has some light. And the three of you are standing around Bruno's dead body. The bone dragon turned to dust, and the dust blew away in the almost still air of the abandoned pyramid. Surrounding you are corpses of lizards men, very old dead corpses, as well as the ancient remains of the people who lived here 1,500 years ago.
Yeah, could you give me control of Malcolm?
You should have it, actually.
Oh, can you let me see the map?
Yes. Yes. How about that?
Fantastic.
Okay. What do you guys do? You're surrounding dead Trump.
Man, I've had to experience so much mourning in my D&D games lately. It's really difficult. But Maribel is visibly troubled. She's had this history with Bruno where she like saw him as a leader, kind of saw him as like a friend, and he protected her, and now she feels like she failed to protect him. So she's just kind of like standing there, not knowing what to do, with her hands kind of like at her sides, but just empty and open. Like she just kind of is like, I have no idea what to do about this. She's just standing there silent.
Well, meanwhile, I looted Bruno's corpse, saying, didn't we say like a prayer or some words? I remember saying something like, oh, Bruno, you were great, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for your loot.
Yeah, actually, I thought that we
Yeah, we mourned him already.
Yes.
didn't we take him back to the ship?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yes.
You guys
Yeah.
left and went all the way back to the ship with Bruno's body?
Yeah, I think
That's
that
what
was
we
the end.
we ended last week, yeah. But I don't know why we did that, since the ship that we were looking for was in the temple.
Right. I don't remember doing that with
wait.
Bruno. I remember doing that with Jen when you guys rescued Dark Albert.
Oh, maybe.
No, I remember us saying like, oh, we're gonna end the show this week, and we're like, all right, we're taking Bruno back, whatever.
Or were we carrying him with us?
No?
If you guys want to take him back to the ship, you could have taken him back to the ship, and we'll just start there. I just don't remember
I
that.
don't necessarily want to. Let's start in the temple.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we were all just
Overwhelmed with sadness.
Yeah. All right, so we're standing in the temple. That's what Maribel's doing.
Okay. I'll describe what Bruno had, since his corpse is right there. So, in his hand, he's got that magic dagger, supposedly magic dagger that was handed to him
So you mean in
by-
my hands right now?
by Albert, and he has a backpack, which I don't think you've opened yet.
Yeah, I took the backpack. I wrote it on my character sheet.
Okay.
I wrote Bruno's stuff, backpack.
All right. I can send you what he has, Jen, if he hasn't already sent it to you.
No.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
I told you, Maribel, who doesn't have very much willpower or self-governing, just is standing there staring and like not having the ability to decide what to do next.
All right. Well, you guys, we should go on to the next. There was that orb we found that lit up, right? We should go find that again.
I mean, haven't we lost already enough party members? Shouldn't we just go back, heal up in case more enemies come into?
Well, how much damage have we taken? And I look around and kind of inspect how much damage has everybody taken. Is everybody?
Well, I mean, mostly we lost party members, and I feel like you've been hurt haven't you, Maribel?
Yes, I feel about 1/4 my normal self.
Oof.
Well, that's not too bad, and we're not going to find any other party members anymore. So this is it. This is all we
I
have
know.
now.
I mean, I'm out of spells, so I'm not gonna be much use. And I
Well-
learned from Bruno's mistakes, so I won't be daggering.
Well, we could step out the temple and rest for a couple days if that would help.
Yeah, one night would help me a lot, to be honest.
All right.
If I may. Well, I am in perfect health, though I'm afraid I can't help much. You seem to be much better fighters than I, but I'm happy to light your way. That said, haven't we cleared all of the enemies in this temple since we have gone all the way to the end? Maybe all that's left is the ship that we can get the hell away from here from.
If I remember correctly, I believe there was something else. I know we ran into those boss dragons at the end, but I remember there being something we ran from the first time, right?
Those would be the frost dragons.
I
No.
believe the bearer of the flame is correct. We killed the frost dragons that we ran into. We also have dispersed quite a bit of vampiric mist, and now we just slayed a second group of frost dragons. And as far as I know, that's all we've seen in here.
Right, believe me, I wouldn't be volunteering to lead you guys into danger, as I believe that I would die in a single swipe of these frost dragons.
All right. Well, then we should carry on then. Jen, you
That
can-
said, though, Bruno seemed to know most of the information about the temple. Do any of you know anything about any dangers that might be passed?
Well, I think I might if I could find the map.
Dark Albert, don't you have the map now? Because you have Bruno's stuff.
Oh, right.
I didn't see the notebook on or the diary on his inventory.
Oh yeah, it's there. I wrote that to you.
You did? Bongos, dagger, gold, shortbow,
It's in
dagger.
the text right after that.
Oh, yes. Oh, good call. Yes, there is a journal. But the question is anybody literate?
I am.
Ah,
She has the book club, obviously.
Well-
As leader of the book club, I have to declare myself the bookkeeper.
Dark Albert, investigate the words of the drum man.
Also, it's probably not in my place, but given that the rest of my crew is dead, I find this method you have of splitting up the loot to be unusual. Are you just having Albert take all of it?
Albert has been holding it for us.
We're gonna be able to divvy it all up once we get to the ship. I feel like here is not the time to discuss earnings, but rather get out of here.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. I just
Dark
wanted to
Albert.
make sure that for all the peril that I'm putting myself in, that I'm not going to be left uncompensated.
Of course, you're gonna be compensated.
Plus, Bruno owed me 1 gold a day for many months now, so I'm sure that Dark Albert is planning to pay his debts to me.
I say nothing and I keep smiling.
Have you found this journal that Bruno used to write in, Dark Albert?
I look through things. Wait.
I have sent you the journal in its entirety on Slack. Wait, Slack, is that the right one? Yes, Slack. Between Skype and Slack and Discord and email and Skype.
Gosh, it's just so hard to keep up in this modern world.
Ah.
Kind of long. There's a lot of entries.
Yeah, there are many, many journal entries.
Which is lovely, except now it's gonna take a while if I start reading it.
Perhaps look for the most recent few.
Just read the last one.
Alright. To whoever finds this, I am already dead. My friends are dead or dying, and I expect none of us to make it home. I stand now up to the tie in a tar pit with no hope for escape. Lizard men stand on the shore and give shrill shrieks that I can only interpret as laughter. I have enclosed in the back of this book a gem of great value.
Which you have as well.
Dark Albert, would you mind speaking up a bit?
That I give, my character as he reads this, when he gets to the gem of great value, he's like, "A great gem of value," going much louder. Exchange task. My mother lives in Lyra on the south side of Mahava. Please let her know of my death and see it that she is taken care of. She is also named Jade and she lives in a beach house on the south side of town. You'll know her by her long red hair. Within the pyramid was a monster born of mist and blood. It surrounded and began to bleed jinxy like we bled the trolls. Only now does the wisdom of tempos make sense to me. Only Jinxie's sword, Broadskull, had any effect on it. Our blades of bronze, steel, and silver had as much effect on the vampiric mist as a spitball on a giant. Worst, because, my god, I'm terrible at reading English. It's really painful. And it's so long. Worse, because as we hacked at the mists, our blows fell upon Jinxie. Whether she died to our blows or the blood-sucking mist, I don't know. I must ask her on the other side. Turin picked up Broadskull as she fell and fought the beast off, but it yet lives somewhere in the pyramid.
We have vanquished that threat with my magic sword.
Are we sure?
Yes,
we've killed several of those.
Yes,
We've
and
killed several of those.
if any remain, we still have the magic sword and all will be well.
Inside the pyramid were many, many corpses, ancient ones. Vast treasure must still exist down there, for the guardians of the pyramid are most ferocious. Lizardmen corpses filled the front, but it seems even they have learned their lessons. For once, beyond the main entrance chamber, we only saw the bodies of the ancients. We followed the map the old crone had given us and found rift denser behind doors locked by the sands of time. I think the gods must have unleashed the horrors of the pyramid when people were still in it and there was no sign that the box has been moved. Supposedly the words to activate it are carved into the box, but we didn't get that far. The ground just within the vault is an illusion. Without Jixie's keen eyes always on the lookout for traps, Torrent vanished through the floor and went silent. Even as he fell, the long dead high cleric rose from the floor. Her tattered blue and black robes show her to have been a cleric of my order, and I felt her reach out of my mind. And I felt her reach out with her mind. Through her, I saw the final hours of her life. A mist appeared in the pyramid similar to the one we drove back, but with a face and arms. It butchered the people, priests and civilians alike. The cleric tended to the wounded and dispersed the crimson that mist, only to see it reform into the vampiric mist we battled. The cleric died reaching for a shifting wall under the box that is rift denser. I dropped all that we had taken from the pyramid and it let me and Calder leave. I think because of our common order. I'm sure I will find out shortly. The lizardmen have stopped their shrieking and have begun to throw things at me. I fear my time is at an end. This is not the way I wanted to go. Give my love to my mother, Jade. May Tempo's hand guide your journey.
Well, it sounds to me like we've eliminated all the threats, and as soon as we turn that hourglass upside down, we'll be in the home stretch.
That sounds like sound logic to me.
You all have a map in your handouts that you can take a look at. Those of you who are literate will find a map for the literates that have text on them. Those of you who are illiterate will find gibberish.
Dins and Kirby Nerby. Can you show the chat or show them what we see?
Yes, I will show them the illiterate map.
Dittelnef, Dins, and Kerwisnerby.
Yep, pretty much.
Never
I
thought
see.
that learning how to read would be useful, but I'm glad at least one of you knows how.
All right, let us continue. Let us find this hourglass. Bruno's death must not be in vain.
Okay, don't be too far away.
I mean, aren't there
Going
traps
in.
around here?
What?
There's traps.
Yes, just as you just read to us.
It's a good thing we've already been this way before. You weren't here, right? But we've already gone all the way down here.
I go ahead and lead the group with the light bearer.
Lightbearer, do you remember from hearing that reading where the traps were?
Yes, I do.
Good, then
I think
be sure not to
Bruno
fall.
also shouted that he warned us to watch out for that main room, and then he babbled something, and then we checked, and there was nothing there. So I think it's the room right after.
Okay.
All right, so we'll avoid that room. Let's go.
Meanwhile, half the party has gone off in the darkness, leaving the other 2 party members back. One of you guys might want a torch. There's still a torch burning in the entranceway that was dropped by a fleeing, dying man.
Yeah, sure, I'll take it.
All right.
Malcolm approaches this purplish stuff. Can you remind Malcolm what this is?
You feel, well, there is a slight purplish light coming out from underneath the doorway, and you feel... Stop moving, Jen. Stop moving. There you go. Now you can see.
Where did they go?
You gotta go... Oops. There you go. Alright, so there's this soft purple light kind of emanating from beyond this doorway, from underneath it, the edge and from the cracks on the sides. And as you draw close, you can feel a breeze pulling in the direction of the door. Almost as if something is pulling air in from the other side of the doorway.
You know, Bruno said not to open this door, but who knows? Maybe he had no idea what he was talking about. Do you guys want to open this door?
There are words scrawled in blood on the door. Dried ancient blood.
I tried to read them.
Yeah, the common language stayed the same. They say, do not enter.
It says do not enter.
And it's marked in blood.
And there's a skeleton leaning against the door.
We previously entered a room with an hourglass. Isn't that what we should do first?
Yes, it's further ahead. Let's go that way.
All right, let's go.
Good call, Maribel.
Thank you.
I feel like if we slept some and felt better, we'd be much better. Like, what are we fearing from leaving this place?
Dark Albert, you seem to be losing your ability to make and keep decisions.
Oh, I mean, I've never made...
Are you ill?
No, since the beginning I've stuck with the same idea.
The hourglass didn't
Look, it's right here. All we have to do.
I walk over and turn the hourglass.
It shifts, and the sand begins to fall in it.
Wait, we already turned it the last time we were here.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Quick, turn it around again.
I
And then
turn
we
it
can
over
just go
again.
in.
I turn it back to how it was.
You turn it back to how it is, and the sand begins to fall. It looks like it'll take a full hour.
No. So it was sitting like this. I turned it over. And then they were like, no, don't turn it over. We already did that. So I turned it back. So there's
Okay.
like a few seconds of sand.
Yeah, a few seconds pass, and the hourglass is all stacked to the bottom.
I start detecting traps on it.
You there. Why don't you open that door?
Who's you?
I point at the Minotaur.
All right. Although, who are you to give me orders, Firebearer?
You guys should just.
I
let
can't
me
open the
detect-
door since I'm holding the light. I'm sorry to... I'm on edge since so many of my crewmates have died.
This is understandable.
You should let me detect traps. This is dangerous.
This is a good idea. Detect traps indeed.
What is your chance to detect traps there, Jen?
It's 30%.
You detect no traps on this door.
Then I try to detect some on the hourglass for some reason.
You spend a little while, another 10 minutes, looking all over the hourglass and find no traps on it.
Alright, seems clear to me. No guarantees.
I pull open the door.
It's locked fast.
What do you mean it's locked fast? Like it's just shut?
Yeah, like it's shut and locked.
Did the book say anything about how to enter this chamber?
Oh, I remember, Maribel. This is the one that you tried to break, and you gave it a mighty hit, but it didn't break. It looks like you will have to turn this hourglass after all.
Well, maybe I can try to open it. I will open locks on it.
What's
Does
your
the book
percent?
say anything about opening this door?
Let me look.
The book said something about turning an hourglass and getting into the vault.
Um. We followed the map the old crone had given us and found rift dancer behind doors locked by the sands of time.
So I turn over the hourglass again and then try the door.
All right, you turn over the hourglass. The sands begin to fall. The door stays locked.
Supposedly, the words to activate it are carved into the box, but we didn't get that far.
The box.
What box is this?
You said the box in the vault, right? So I think opening this door is turning the hourglass.
However, the purple door has yet to be opened, and perhaps there is a box in there.
We might need to go back there after all. It might just be a warning to keep us out. And there might not be anything bad behind it.
Maybe that skeleton on that door is a friend who was warning us not to go in that door.
I look all around the podium or whatever that's called that the hourglass is on. Do I see any compartments? I poke and prod it. Anything could be hiding in there.
Please make me a perception check.
Not bad.
You find nothing else. There are markings. The signal or the sigil of Tempos is carved around it, which is an hourglass. And there seem to be some runes in a language you don't understand. Well, you're also illiterate, so a language you've never seen. But that's it.
You know, if I could sleep, I could read those markings.
Well, there's a room right next to us. Go ahead and go sleep. And I just look over at Dark Albert. I also go ahead and take a look around the room, like in this room that I'm in now, just to see if there's anything that we're missing.
That altar before you is a low-lying oval table that emanates a dim light.
Okay, and then I go ahead and look around that to see if there's anything with it.
I take the hourglass and put it on there. Does anything happen?
No.
Did I do that before?
Yes.
I thought so. Maribel doesn't have a very good memory.
Wait, there's rugs there?
So, yeah, I look all around it.
We already looked under the rugs.
Oh, did we?
My
Yeah.
favorite thing.
I know. I gave a shout out to you when I did it.
The rugs. Are there any more doors or openings or anything interesting?
Only what you can see on the map.
I think we have to go in the purple glowing door.
Let's do it. And then I go ahead and
What?
Viper, take us to the room.
It's not really in my place to advise you too
Viper,
much.
can you take us to the room?
That said, though, you seem to not
As your
have had
captain, I'm asking you to take us to the room. Do not question my order.
Okay, Captain. Okay, Captain.
I cast Detect Magic
Where do you cast Detect Magic?
here.
Where are you looking when you cast Detect Magic, Jen?
The locked door and the hourglass.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. Mark it from your spells that you've can cast for today. Both the hourglass and the door are magical. In fact, they seem to have the same magic aura.
I can confirm that the hourglass and the door are connected by the same magical aura.
I hold the hourglass up to the door.
It touches the door.
Now their aura are merging.
I would like to smash the hourglass and put the sand.
What?
Are you saying that or are you doing that?
No, I'm just saying it.
But then it might not work.
This is true. It does say it is locked by the sands of time.
Well, do we have to wait for it to go the other way now? And wait for the hour to be up?
An hour isn't that long. We should just be patient. Let's go check out the other room, see if it's magical.
All right, let's go. Lightbearer.
Yes, yes.
Come on, you guys. And I kind of rush you guys to come with.
Okay, I detect magic on the door.
Let me read the detect magic spell for one moment here.
Oh, and earlier you could have told me if it was like which kind of magic possibly.
Oh, right. What level are you? Nope. Never mind. You would have to be level 10 to have detected.
Okay.
Where is? Come on. So much data. Detect magic. Detect magic. A stone wall 1 foot or more thick, solid metal of 1 inch, or a yard of solid wood blocks the door. Okay, so you're looking at this doorway, Jen, and you see beyond it a rather large. Can you tell severity?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you need? Is that a 10% chance, or is it?
Wait. The intensity of magic can be determined.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So you see an overwhelming magical aura that is about 8 feet in diameter, and a rather large, just like a big 8-foot sphere of aura on the other side of the doorway.
It's a sphere, so it's not like a human silhouette. It's really like a big ball.
Well, from what you can see, you can only see through the doorway, and you can't see it all below the ground. But you can see that it looks to you like a hemisphere, or more accurately, not quite a hemisphere, because the edges get cut off by the doorway because it's wider than the doorway. So you can't quite see the whole thing, but it looks to you to be like a dome, or if it extends underneath the ground, which is blocked by your view because you can only see through like a foot of stone.
And it does say I have a 10% chance of recognizing the type of magic.
Right. Unfortunately, you have failed that 10% chance.
The both times?
Yeah.
First? Okay.
10% chance per level, right? So you're a level 4 wizard, so you should have a 40% chance for each one?
Yeah, per level, yeah.
Right.
Malcolm leaves a torch at this doorway.
The flames kind of blow towards the door.
Yeah, and then he kind of goes this way.
All right, let's leave a torch at the doorway.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have tried to open this door and it was locked, or no, we've never tried.
You've never tried to open this door.
It seems to be sucking things into it. So if we open it, I believe we should do it from a distance. I think I should tie a rope to it. We should go around the corner and I should pull it open.
Sure.
Let us do that. And then if there is some sort of threat that we feel we can't face, we can flee.
Which way is the exit again?
This way.
I should note the door opens into the room.
Ah. This is a problem.
Yes. Well, maybe.
Can I pick up the stone plinth thing that the hourglass is standing on?
Ooh. What is your strength score?
Not very good.
What's your max press, actually?
140. But that hasn't changed since we started.
And it
Should
won't. No.
Okay.
Yeah, you may not be able to lift it all the way up, but you could like tilt it on its side and drag it.
Okay. So I want to try to rig something. Is there a handle on the door?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to take my rope. I want to tie it around the top of the stone plinth. and I set the plinth by the door, and then I take the rope and feed it through the handle of the door, and then I take that around the corner. And the goal is to pull on it to tip the stone thing over to knock the door open.
So that you'll pull the rope and the plinth will just lean against the door?
It'll just go poof, poof. Yeah.
The
Who knows
plinth
if
does
that'll
not
be-
look large enough or heavy enough to knock open the door.
Okay.
Malcolm looks like he wants to say something or is really nervous, but he doesn't feel like saying it because of the captain.
I take him aside and I say, what's on your mind, Torchbearer? You seem troubled.
It feels like that thing might suck us in. Maybe Bruno was onto something, and since we want to get the stuff past it, maybe we shouldn't.
Yes, but what other option do we have? We've explored everything else.
We've waited out the timer. We've waited for days before while resting. What's an hour?
All right. We should wait an hour. I'm just trying to come up with contingency plans in the meantime.
Or we could wait like 8 so that I have more spells.
How long has gone by, Neil?
It's been like 20 minutes at the most. Do you have plenty of torches, though? At least your dead companions back in the previous hallway have plenty of torches that you can pick up.
I commit to waiting that hour, but in the meantime, I busy myself with trying to build a catapult to send the little plinth thing headed toward the door. I try to use like bones and like broken pieces of that desk. I'm just trying to make something that'll like flip something heavy at the door.
Sure. All right. The rest of the party, Captain especially. What do you? I haven't heard you speak up in a little while. What are you thinking about, Captain?
I'm just kind of observing everybody else right now and also keeping a slight distance from the door just in case something pops out.
Okay. So you guys just wait here next to the door for an hour? Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well.
I mean, I'm puttering around in that area looking for stuff to try to build this apparatus, but yes.
Okay.
We should make sure to be at the hourglass when it runs out of time, at least.
Yes. I am, like, as soon as the hourglass is getting low, I go in and, like, I have my hand on the door ready to pull at the exact moment that the hourglass runs out.
All right. Well, put your characters in the rooms that you want them to be in when things are happening. Fantastic. Okay. So, eventually, an hour passes, and the hourglass, the sands fill the bottom. The last sand trickles out of the top, and you hear a clunk.
I try to open the door.
It swings open with ease. And on that note,
Yay!
let's go to our break. We'll see you guys all in a few minutes. Bye-bye.